up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the very final review for Love and Hip Hop ATL. Y'all know we got the reunion. I'm assuming that it's coming on next week because they didn't even show previews for the reunion, so I'm not really clear when the reunion is going to air. I was like, are they really trying to keep it a secret? I don't know what I'm going to do without this show, you guys. I mean, are they going to try to, fulfill our ratchet needs by replacing it with Basketball Wives LA? I just know it's not gonna live up to the name. I know it's just not gonna live up to all of this foolishness that we didn't have for the past 10 weeks. It's over, y'all. We got to accept it. We gotta accept it. And I'm awful sad about that, but what can we do about it now, right? Okay, so let's get to it, shall we? Now, with all that Scrappy and Erica have been through over the season, with them getting together, then them breaking up, then them getting together. I mean, they just got back together last week, right? Well, Erica has decided that, you know what, she's over it. This is not really going to work because Scrappy can't make the decision. He can't really decide what he wants to do. She knows that this Shay person is more than a friend, and she tells Scrappy so. She just thinks that they need to just kind of call it quits. Scrappy was like, yeah, well, you know what, I'm not getting what I need from you either, so if you really want to be talking about who doing what around here, you ain't doing shit either. He was just like, I love you, and she was like, yeah, I love you too, but I'm not in love with you. And I think he realizes that maybe he's not in love with her either. So they kind of agree that, yeah, maybe we need to just be there for our daughter and co-parent. And as far as us two trying to get it together, we need to just kind of squash that, even though we all know that they got engaged at the reunion show. Scrappy meets with Bucky and her hair because he feels like she deserves the explanation since, all this happened with Erica. So they meet up. Bucky and her hair is hotter than fish grease, y'all. And evidently it's because Scrappy been missing for like a week. And I'm assuming that Scrappy was laid up with Erica. This must be his pattern. When he disappears, he's with Erica. When he gets fed up with Erica, he goes back to whatever woman he's with at the time. So he's just talking to Bucky and her hair, and he's just like, me and Erica, we had a talk, you feel me? We broke up, it's just not working, you feel me? She was just like, wait a minute, you've been told me that you guys broke up, like, what's going on here? Bucky and her hair was upset. Now this bitch is playing with your emotions the same way that you playing with my emotions. I was like, oh, wait a minute, Bucky and her hair. You cannot call her a bitch, okay? That's his baby mama. But y'all, it slid on by. Scrappy didn't stop her, didn't say nothing. So I was just like, I knew you could call somebody's damn baby mama a bitch. Y'all, I felt sorry for Bucky and her hair. Bucky and her hair was hurt, and she was just like, you know what, you kind of hurt my feelings here. Yeah, I'm gonna get over it. I'll bounce back. I always do. But yeah, you kind of hurt the little feelings there, and I felt sorry for her because I know that everybody don't like Bucky and her hair, but Bucky and her hair ain't done nothing. Okay, she has just gone by what Scrappy has done. I don't think she's been any different than any other woman. I've told you guys that already. So I really have no problem with Bucky and her hair, and I felt sorry for her. And Scrappy, I even felt sorry for him because that poor boy don't know what he want to do. I think that he goes back and forth with Erica because she's familiar. She tells him what to do, much like how his mom does. And I think that he reaches out to her because he's not able to step out as a man on his own 2 feet, and it's easier for some woman to tell him what to do. So if it's not his mom telling him what to do, then it's Erica telling him what to do. You guys know that Erica don't do it for him. Erica don't do it for him. When he talks about Diamond, even still to this day, he lights up. When he was just telling his mom about Diamond a couple of weeks ago, you could tell that is the one that got away from Scrappy. Meanwhile, Erica and K. Michelle go furniture shopping because y'all, guess what? Erica has moved out of the roach nest. There was all this gossip going on about her place having roaches and all of that. But anyway, she's moved out, and she has decided that, yeah, now that she's moved on from Scrappy, that she's going to date. So she's dating her white Italian realtor who helped her find her new place, and that's why her and K. Michelle are shopping for furniture. K. Michelle was just like, have you seen the sausage yet? And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with that goddamn K. Michelle? The bitch crazy, okay? Erica's just like, no, I haven't gone that far yet. We just dating right now. K. Michelle's still going on and on about the sausage and how you need to test it and all of this shit. The bitch is crazy. She cracks me up, though. Then they get to talking about what happened with Rasheeda and K. Michelle, the argument that they had over Memphis. And, that damn K. Michelle get to talking about Rasheeda. She's like, she had the nerve to sit there with her bags like this and tell me that it didn't. I was like, why you got to go there with the bags though, K. Michelle? I'm telling y'all that K. Michelle is touched in the head. I did like the way Erica handled it, because Erica was like how I wish a lot of people on a lot of these reality shows were. She just kind of contained it. Instead of letting K. Michelle just keep on going on and on about it, she was like, you know, you guys need to talk, okay? Y'all need to talk. Let's act like adults and let's talk about whatever the issue is. So they get together to talk again. Now, I don't really know why y'all talking again, because you believe what you believe, Rasheeda believes what Rasheeda believes, and it ain't really going to change. So it's just more of the same of what happened before, Rasheeda denying it because she knows him, and K. Michelle saying that it happened. I tweeted K. Michelle last night and begged her to release the proof that she has, because I just hate having to see this going back and forth and everything. I really don't understand why she hasn't released the proof, if she has it. Even if she didn't have the proof, I really do kind of believe it happened. But you know, it's just more of the same with that. And then you guys, the show closes with Rasheeda and Kirk renewing their vows, and you know, just nothing is just whatever. They renewed their vows. They're in love. They love each other. I think they're a cute couple. So, you know, whatever. You guys say bye to Kirk. He would be a fool to come back to this show next season. Karlie meets Roscoe Dash at some bar because she wants to talk to him about a collaboration on her new album. She's talking about a club banger, and I'm just, y'all, for real, I got a problem with this whole setup here, because that fucking Roscoe Dash, how old is he? He can't be more than 21. The nigga is just little teeny tiny scrawny, just sunk in, little young looking, just no shade, okay? Karlie is too old for him. You could just look at the two of them and tell that it don't work out. Okay, now she a cute little thing or whatever, but the bitch is older than him, and you know, just trying to get us to believe that these two was gonna do something together. It was just like, I was like, ooh. She's sitting up there flirting with the baby. Girl, you ain't supposed to be flirting with that little boy. He asked her if she's seeing anybody, and you know, she was just like, oh, you know, my situation is complicated, and I was just like, this boy is old enough to see, to know the damn game. He knows when you say something is complicated, then, and you call it a situation that, you know, is all bad. You know, she's all giggly, like, oh, you know. She's telling us in the fucking confessional how Benzino been tripping, and how he, you know, is possessive and jealous and mad all the time. And I was just like, well, what the fuck do you expect a man to do? You sitting up here sneaking around with some fucking baby that you fixing to molest up in a goddamn bar. Like, I would have some issue with you too. I would have so much more respect for Karlie if she would just come out and say, you know what, Benzino, you done did all that you could for me. I can't use you no more, so I'm done with you, and I'm gonna move on to the next. But she ain't gonna say that, y'all. This display at the club made me just be like, Bick please. Now, Benzino ain't really too sure about their relationship either. You know, he bought the ring last couple of weeks ago or whatever, and he's grappling around with whether or not he should ask her to marry him. He thinks he loves her. He thinks that he wants to spend the rest of his life with her. But yeah, there are some issues. You know, he doesn't trust the fact that she disappears in the nighttime and he can't reach her, and that she doesn't communicate where she's going, and she lies about where she's going, and you know, all the regular things that would make you think that this relationship isn't working. I don't know why Benzino doesn't see her as opportunistic, but you know, maybe it's for the show. I'm really hoping it's for the show, because you cannot be that old that you that far out the damn game. So after talking to Stevie J, who we all know is the worst person to talk to about any type of relationship advice, he decides, yeah, you know what, I am gonna ask her to marry me. So they go out one night, they're at the club, he's got the ring in the box, he hands the box to her, and she's just like, oh, what's this? Bitch, it's a ring. You know what the fuck come in a goddamn ring box? When she opens it up, you know, she's just like, oh, are you sure that you're ready for this? And you know what? He takes it back. He like, bitch, give my fucking ring back, okay? If you got to be asking me if I'm ready, then obviously somebody not ready in this situation. Do you know that Karlie had the nerve to fix her mouth to be mad? She was just like, fuck Benzino. I'm the one that put him on. I'm the one that made him relevant. Wasn't nobody checking for Benzino before me. He can go on about his way. I was like, Negro, please. Benzino, all I can say is I bet you the motherfucker had a Wikipedia page. That's all I'm saying. Do you guys know that they all get back together for a counseling session? And I'm too through. I'm so through with these three that I just don't even feel like going into it again. Mimi is in mad Mimi mode. You know, she wants to get back in the therapy with all them because she didn't really get to hear what Joseline had to say. So they all back in therapy, and Joseline is laying it all out on the table. Side note, you guys, when I was looking at this episode and I was watching them looking at their clothes, I remembered that right when the show first aired, I followed all of the members, or most of the members of the cast, and I remember them posting a lot of pictures. They had on the clothes that they had on this episode. So I know that this episode was right around the time that the show first aired, and it might really kind of explain why Joseline was so just hostile and crunk the whole time, because when the show first aired, you guys remember they attacked the hell out of her on Twitter, called her man and all this stuff, and had got her to the point where she had posted herself naked. You guys remember that? Remember that Mona was pissed at her and she had to take it off of Twitter, and she apologized and all that. This is all at that time. So I think that that's why Joseline's attitude was so funky this episode, more so than it's ever been. I think that she was just really reacting about what was really happening in real life, her Twitter life and all of that. Y'all know the Twitter is the devil. So, they're sitting there talking, and, Joseline is like, well, you know what, it don't even matter. I don't care what Stevie do. As long as Stevie give me my money and that he do my work, he do my business and everything, I don't care what he do. I ain't tripping. Mimi was just like, well, I'm not really trying to be sharing and accepting this whole situation like this. Joseline was just like, well, you already been accepting. Like, you already been with him for 15 years. You been accepting. And, Mimi couldn't say nothing to that. And I was just like, fucking checkmate, Joseline, because you're right. 15 years you've been accepting all of this bullshit. Don't try to act like this is the first that you heard of Stevie J doing something with all these other women. You just now was forced to face it. Joseline was just like, Stevie, he is gonna be Stevie, okay? Stevie gonna do what he wanna do. I know what Stevie do. He sleep around with all these different women. He slept with my best friend in my own bed. Dr. Jeff was trying to look like none of this shit was shocking him, but he was thinking to himself like, the fuck I done got myself into. So then Dr. Jeff was like, well, Mimi, are you understanding what's going on here? And Mimi is like, yes, of course I'm understanding what's going on here. Stevie J is just sitting there. It was just like the Robin Givens interview when she was talking about Mike Tyson and Barbara Walters, or like right there in front of him and he wasn't saying nothing. Same fucking thing. Stevie J just sitting there. Dr. Jeff is like, well, Stevie, what you got to say for yourself? And Stevie J is just like, this is my bus, and it's my air, it's my gas, everybody got to get on the bus. This motherfucker must have worked on that metaphor for a long ass time. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Stevie? But then I thought about it and I was like, oh, this is a bus. He pick up some women here, he drop a couple other women off there, and they ride if they want to, they get off if they don't like to. So you know what? That fucking Stevie is a genius. Okay, this is a goddamn bus, y'all. Come on now, stay with us. Mimi feels like she wants to tell Ariane about her newfound freedom and how she feels that she's over with Stevie. And it's the same thing with Ariane and her. She's telling her what happened at the therapy session. Ariane is like, why are you guys still in therapy? Mimi is like, I just wanted to find out everything and now I'm done. And Ariane looked like she didn't really believe it, but she was just like, okay, I'm really loving this new Mimi. So I guess she's trying to be supportive, but girl, you know good damn well she ain't done with that fucking Stevie. Joseline and Stevie J meet up, and Joseline is still on her same crunk that she was on the in the therapy session, and she was just like, Stevie, like, I thought I was in love with you. I thought I loved you, but I was not in love with you. I love the business, Stevie. Like, I like what you could do for me. I like that you took me out of the strip club, but I don't love you. And he was just like, you do love me. She was just like, no, I don't love you, and I know that when I meet me a new man and he gonna be my man, and that we gonna sleep together, and it's not gonna be no other people in it. It's just gonna be us two. Stevie like to play games or whatever, but you know what, Stevie always make it back to Joseline Hernandez, baby. So I'm not even gonna worry about him or what he do. And I was just like, girl, you best to say that. Good for Joseline, because I told all of you guys at the beginning of the season, you guys all hated Joseline, and I wasn't really sure how I felt about her, but I could see how that they was building up her, and I was like, watch, at the end of the season, everybody's gonna like her, and this is exactly what happened. So many people love this girl because she just realizes what it is. I don't be letting y'all down. Rocky be watching. More proof that Joseline is not even trying to listen to Stevie J no fucking more is when he tries to get her to work with this artist in the studio. I thought it was K. Michelle at first, but then she had all them tattoos, and I was like, now when did K. Michelle get all them fucking tattoos? Didn't she look like K. Michelle to y'all? I was confused for a minute, but Joseline was like, I ain't working with this girl. Like, I don't have nothing to do with, like, why you bring me down here? Like, I got other things to do. I gotta work on my own song. I'm not gonna be working on with her. Stevie J is looking at her like, you really out of pocket, like, right now. And you know what? Joseline is not even trying to hear it. And I'm thinking, like, how you gonna be a fucking pimp and you can't keep your hoes in check? Stevie J is looking at her like, you really out of pocket, like, right now. And you know what? Joseline is not even trying to hear it. And I'm thinking, like, how you gonna be a fucking pimp and you can't keep your hoes in check? Stevie J is, he's getting a thumbs down on the pimp game. He can't figure out why nobody want to get on his damn bus. Okay, first Joseline, now Mimi. He goes over to Mimi's job. She's working cleaning somewhere at one of her clients' houses. And you guys, Mimi does have a business, like she said, and I've heard a lot about it in Atlanta, and it's supposed to be a really good cleaning service. So she doesn't really need Stevie J's money. And she says, so, you know, she was big and bad Mimi. You know, I don't really need his money and nothing like that because, you know, I have my own money. But the whole thing is, Mimi, you love this man. I mean, like, fuck, can you just say that? Admit it, okay? That's why you running around with all this stupidity, because you love him. But the big moment of the night was the long-awaited confrontation that she gets to have with Stevie J. So, you know, Stevie J comes down there, and he's telling her that he wants his family and he wants them to be together. And, you know, and they go back and forth like they normally do. And then she's just like, you know what? I don't even want to be with you anymore. I am over it. I'm done. I don't want to be in a relationship with you no more. And first he's like, then all of a sudden he just like, girl, you ain't fixing to go nowhere. He's not believing it at all. He's just like, Mimi will never be gone from me. Mimi is never going to leave me alone. And truer words were never spoken. Because to this day, they still are doing something. You see them together every now and then. So something's still going on there. But when she doesn't come around, you know what Stevie J is? He's thrown off, y'all. He forget who he talking to. He think he talking to one of his other hoes. And he starts up with the fucking pimp talk. You know what? I gave you the best thing in your life. And you should appreciate what I gave you. You should be grateful. Mimi is just like, nigga, you gave it to me. And I was just like, oh, see, that is another clue that Stevie J is falling down on the pimp game. Stevie, that don't work with Mimi. That works with Joseline when you need to tell her that you're going to put her back on the whole stroll and put her back in the fucking strip club. Not Mimi. She got her own. Damn, how you going to do this when you can't keep your fucking pimping tactics in order? All right, you guys, that's it. I gotta hurry up because I got 7 minutes left before I can, so I can get this $4.99 special at McDonald's. I'm in the parking lot at McDonald's. You guys, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything I do in the bottom bar below, you guys know how it goes. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.